Is where we really dial that in this week. So already you've been given a habit to correct a meal or a time. So let's say I gave you, the habit for you is you needed to eat about 60 grams of protein by lunch, okay? Well, the big goal for this week for performance is we want to eat a specific number that is detailed and customized for your energy levels, your performance levels, and your body composition levels. So what we're gonna work on doing is probably driving your protein up at lunch in the afternoon, and that is going to require a habit. So here's what's gonna happen next. You're going to watch the science video on how to eat for performance. When you're working out, you need certain things that you should be taking, either essential amino acids or branched chain amino acids. You're gonna learn what to eat before and after workout. That in itself is most likely going to help bring your numbers up. So let's say I say, hey, so-and-so, you need to eat 120 grams of protein a day. And that number is determined by roughly your lean body mass, which I describe in the science video below. And again, your needs in this program: energy, performance, body composition. So let's just say if you eat 120 grams, well, how are you gonna do that if I gave you 60 grams by 2 p.m. to get to 120? All right, that's gonna be a specific recommendation that I'm gonna be working with you to develop that. Okay, so we've been talking on the phone. We have been working through the Nudge app and through the messages, and you're gonna continue to track for 3 more days. You've already tracked days 1 through 3, and then I gave you an adjustment 4 through 7. If you've nailed that adjustment and you've done very well, then voila, you've arrived at this video, and I'm gonna give you another thing to work on at different parts of the day. So we're gonna probably start working on 2 p.m. after, okay? Or if you're someone that I worked with lunch, we might be going the opposite direction. All right, so just know that we're gonna be installing one more habit this week to make sure we hit, this is the main point of this week, our dailies. So now this week, you're gonna get a daily protein number, okay? So let's just say it's 120. I wanna make sure you eat the right amount of protein for your workout and for your body composition. And that's a special number that I will work with you. And then how you're gonna do that is gonna be in the habit hack section below, okay? There's gonna be lots of tricks on how to, different high protein snacks, how to enlarge your protein capacity, maybe a little bit more in the morning, okay? Maybe at night, different high protein combinations that you might not know of. So those are the hacks, those are the tricks that we're gonna really glue and make that a habit so you hit your protein every day. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna get that specific habit in your tracker. Okay, so let's walk through this easily. Let's say I'm working with you and your number is 100. You need to get 100 grams of protein a day, and already you're eating 60 by 2 p.m. and that's roughly split up between breakfast and lunch. Well, guess what? You have 100, and you typically snack in the middle of day, but there's not a lot of protein there. You're snacking on some stuff. So I might give you a specific habit to help you with your snacking. And I'm gonna put that in your tracker. So let's say you have a Snickers bar at 3 p.m. Well, I'm gonna say, okay, cool. You can continue to have half that Snickers bar, but I want you to have it with something else, and then that's gonna go in your tracker, and you're gonna check that off. Like 3 p.m. Protein burst or jump. I'm gonna make it particular to you, right? So that's gonna help drive protein up. Or let's say most people actually eat a very good dinner. So where a lot of the habits are gonna come in is probably going to be in the middle of the day. Again, this is gonna be customized to you. So the big goal for this week is to take everything that we've learned and continue to check off the box. You're gonna still continue every day. Hydration, health drink, movement, your one habit I gave you last week, which could be just, eating 60 grams before 2. Or maybe you're someone, I'm not using grams at all and I'm using handprints. Eat 3 to 4 handprints at these times. A lot of people I have that it's emotional, they don't like to track and it has a trigger, so I might have gave you a different cue. You have one under your belt. Now we're starting Your big goal is you're hitting a target number every day, and I'm going to help you work through that. So you're probably thinking, do I still have to track in MyFitPal? Probably. I'll give you direct directions, but it's going to be whatever you're tracking now, you're going to continue to track for another 3 days, okay? So I can see what's going on after 2 o'clock, all right? So whenever you get this video, you're going to start tracking again on the 3rd day. I'm going to go in, see the biggest problem, and I'm going to give you a suggestion. I'm going to give you your numbers before that suggestion, okay? So I'll give you, if you're a person like, hey, your number's 120, okay? So this is how it works. I'll give you your number, which is going to be in your messages right over there, okay? Your number's already in there. And then what you're going to do is track and adapt for 3 days. You're going to try to kind of do this on your own to see if you can, you know, bring up the snack in the middle of the day or eat a little bit more at dinner. This is when you're going to start to play around with some empowerment. Now, I'm here to help you out, of course. Recipes, tips, tricks, but I want to see, can you track and adapt? Because you've already been doing that for 2 weeks in the program. This is really important. And then what I'm going to help you do is develop a killer habit to nail your numbers so you have improved energy and vitality all day long. You're not crashing at 3 o'clock or dipping out or have these low level fatigues. You can't be, you know, super energetic all day long. I'm going to help you with your performance. Okay, if you're a hardcore athlete right now, you're hitting the gym, the workout nutrition is going to tell you what you should eat before and after your workouts. And again, that's going to naturally help drive your protein numbers up, because I guarantee you're not eating the right things at the right time and taking intra-workout nutrition. And last but not least, all right, these habits are going to help improve body composition. At the end of the day, eating enough protein, again, this is in the science video, is going to help develop lean body mass, okay? So just as a heads up, some people during this phase, if you do the scale, which I don't recommend you to, at this point, I would highly recommend you take your measurements. So I'm gonna have to drop this down a second. I would take a selfie from the front and the side. I would measure yourself a thumbprint above your belly button, just right here. Here's my belly button, a thumbprint above. Just measure your waist. If you have someone that can also measure your shoulders, that would be wonderful. Okay, if you're concerned about your thighs, I could give you the actual way that I've been taught how to do it from a physiological standpoint. This is gonna get real weird, okay? So if you really wanna learn how to measure your thigh, you palpate the bottom end of your bones. If I lift my crease up, there's a crease. You're gonna measure that to the top of your patella. Okay, so you're gonna take a tape measure, and let's say that's 18 inches. I'm gonna go to number 9, because that's half, and I'm gonna measure the girth, and I'm gonna measure that spot every time. When I was a trainer, they actually taught us how to lie. So they would make us measure an inch lower, because that's always a little bit leaner on people the closer you go near the knee. And they're like, oh, you lost like 3 inches this week. And that's just a bunch of crap. I want real results, all right? I don't want fake results. So to help us measure, to see if we're doing the right thing, okay? Well, we wanted some people that are attached to the scale, and they go through this, they're like, oh, Coach Adrian, I feel like I'm putting on a little, I feel thicker, but I'm also losing weight at the same time, because you're actually feeding your body the protein that it needs. And I go into deep science on how, again, in the science video, all right? But what's gonna happen is you're going to add on muscle that is going to really help thermogenically burn a lot of calories and a lot of fat for long-term health. And you're building specific muscle tissue to protect your body against injury, disease, and illness, okay? So this part's really important. So let's summarize what's going on in a 1, 2, 3. Number 1, you're going to track for the next 3 days, okay? However you've been tracking. And I gave you a number in your messages. Hey, this is the number you're gonna hit. You're gonna see on your own, can you track and adapt? Are you noticing that as you go through, like, you don't eat from, 3 to 6 or 7? And how you can get specific with that is go to the habit hacks. That's gonna start to help you become your own scientist, because my biggest gift for you in this program is that you learn about your body, you're educated in science, and you start learning all the habits, tricks, and tactics that nutritionists and health professionals have been using for years to help people get healthy. So you can go there to help troubleshoot, okay? And you're gonna try to bring this up on your own, though. What I'm gonna do on the third day is I'm gonna come on in and I'm gonna give you that massive habit twist that's really gonna help you, and then I'm gonna help the accountability moving forward. Just understand, you might be stuck on week 3 for 14 days. The biggest thing for me is I wanna make sure that, remember, biggest goal this week, you're hitting your dailies, okay? So that's everything that you need to know. So what I want you to do right after this video, I want you to watch the science video, the habit hack, and then always at the bottom, there is bonus material. And in there, I have some extra recipes for you guys, some high protein stuff. There's about 4 different attachments of recipes for morning, on the go stuff, specific breakfast, high protein breakfasts. There's a lot of egg-free breakfasts. There's just a lot of material to help you guys troubleshoot through this. If you're like me and sometimes eat at Wawa 5 times a day or 5 times a week, there's, hey, what can I grab on the go, or what snacks can I have prepared for the week? There's a lot of troubleshooting we can do here.